Just making sure, dude.
Father.
We're live. Hey, what the fuck is up, man? Welcome back to the Wake and Bake. Hey, we are not in our studio today. We are actually at Superior Sound Studios. And that's where we're going to be bringing you this interview tonight. And we'll get into that in a second. But for now, man, I'm your host, Blind James. You guys know where you can find me on Instagram, at The Real Blind James. And you can follow our show on Instagram at The Wake and Bake OH. Hit us up, give us a little like, follow action, do all that jazz. And then, of course, you can watch our stream on Facebook and YouTube at The Wake and Bake with Blind James. You can also listen on your favorite streaming platform. And last but not least, pop over to patreon.com/blindjames. Hook it up with that donation. Help us keep our show afloat. Keep bringing you dope-ass interviews like the one we're bringing you this evening. And with me, as always, is the co-host, the man, the legend, the Don Cooch.
Yo, what's up?
How you feeling tonight, brother?
Oh, I'm still over it, man.
Ain't it though, man? Get a little can of guard out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got another one for afterwards.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe even halfway through if we want to take an intermission.
Oh, Lord, man. I wish we could intermission sometimes, but we just don't roll that way on the Wake and Bake, man. We're going to go all the way through. Just we're going to take a quick 20, no big deal. Go burn down a quick 8, no big. Yep.
Use some snaps.
Right, yeah, a couple of them. Cooch, you got light the torch. Cooch, light the torch. Hell yeah, man. You guys know where you can find Cooch on Instagram. It's at Don_Cooch, Kooch. Hit him up for all your recording needs. Especially if you want to get like a podcast or some shit going, like the Wake and Bake. Man, I'll tell you what, this guy does it right. But he's probably going to be busy doing Wake and Bake shit, so you can fuck off. And then running the stream, as always, is our executive producer extraordinaire, Waldo. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Interesting interview tonight because this is, we're like going full circle here with the first time we brought you on the Wake and Bake.
This is very true.
Yeah. And I think we also burned an 8th then.
We did.
And then you also...
You also believe.
And you slapped me.
I did slap you.
You slapped me, bro. So hard. It put me out.
Right across the face.
It put me out for a minute. That was a heavy slab of dab, dude. Call me Donovan McDab, bro. Hell yeah, dude. You guys know where you can find Waldo on Instagram at Party with Waldo. And if you're talking to the Wake and Bake, you know you're talking to him. So hit him up, get yourself scheduled, come on the show, do what you do. And then with us tonight, all the way from the deep, deep south of Columbus, Ohio, is our motherfucking homies, Zoo Trippin.
What's good?
Good.
Good.
We need a fucking soundboard.
Sit down with us.
Tony, let's sit over there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm coming over here, Jim. Come on, Tony House. I mean, Casa. Sorry.
Yeah, my mom's name is Sue Casa.
Is it really?
I swear to God, she
dude,
married into it.
Oh, I'm happy that you're in, Mi Casa, Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, yeah, dude, this is a good joint out here.
Hell yeah. Dude, please tell everybody where they can find your band and who you guys are and what you do for all the new Wake and Bake fucking viewers since you guys came on in August.
Yeah, I imagine you guys are stacking them on. That's that last interview. People are like, man, that was one of the funniest damn podcasts I've ever heard on.
I appreciate that, man. You got us a lot of followers, dude. That was very fucking cool, man. I had a great time with you.
I was actually talking today about how you peed on the porta john all over.
Dude, I forgot about that. I wetted that bitch up so good. So good.
But yeah, Steve, you want to tell them where you can find us?
You can find us everywhere, man.
Is it like Zoo Trippin Official? Is it Zoo Trippin Band?
We got people in the desert blowing smoke signals with our signal on it.
Yeah.
You can find us at zootrippin.com. You can find us on Instagram.
Zoo Trippin Official.
Zoo Trippin Official. You can find us on Twitter at Zoo Trippin Band. You can find us on Facebook at Zoo Trippin. Trippin without the G.
I think on Facebook it's Zoo Trippin.
Zoo Trippin Music.
Yeah.
Zoo Trippin Music.
Oh, I like that Zoo Trippin Music.
We like to keep it confusing. It's
official
music.
Yeah, and then come springtime, you can find us all over the United States of America.
All right, dude.
Every single roadhouse bathroom across the country.
And every Planet
That's
Fitness.
actually how I got a hold of you guys. I was
Taking full advantage of those showers.
Yeah, well, I was in a
golden ones.
cheap, seedy place, and Cooch was walking in the bathroom. He was leaking next to me in the other stall, and he was like, "Hey, there's a fucking thing in here that says, for great whatever you want.
Times.
Literally, it just had a blank line, so you could just fill it in with whatever.
Well, it's not,
Whatever like you want, whatever kind of great time you're looking for can be provided, and it said you hit up at Zoo Trippin.
Well, whatever the service is, I can guarantee I'm not providing because my hands are too rough.
I have a theory now on who put that in that stall, though. I think it was your boys from the Quasi.
Maybe.
Dude.
Maybe.
Yeah. They know.
Tell me about those cereal stealing, house breaking in.
House breaking in, motherfucker.
What's really funny, actually, is we've got the song that we just did in there. We found a poster. It was a Quasi Kings poster that was left on our front porch. And it was a poster for their next show with like Roots Rebellion and some other people. And then on the back of it in big red marker just said, "We know where you live." So I took that poster and I was like, well, I'm not gonna waste this paper. So I wrote a song on the back of it. And that's what we're recording right now. So I got that piece of paper in there right now with the lyrics on it.
Hey, and let the record show that they ain't getting no writing credit.
Nothing.
They supplied the material.
Yeah, they cut down the tree and made the poster, but
yeah, they killed the tree.
You don't want to talk about them cutting down trees.
They killed the tree, but we desecrated it.
To be talking about tree cutting.
They can cut down the trees. We'll burn the trees.
And I'll be laughing when it's in the Rock
there
and
you
Roll Hall
go,
of
bro.
It will be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right next to the Beastie Boys. When they wrote that song, "No Sleep Till Brooklyn" on a piece of Tide laundry detergent.
Right,
box.
that's like the fucking
They wrote "No Sleep Till
GNR
Brooklyn"
fucking...
on a freaking laundry detergent box, man.
I love when people do that.
Isn't that crazy?
We got a
it's
bunch
in the
of
Rock
lyrics.
and Roll Hall of Fame now, just like a laundry box.
So is Skrillex's laptop.
All right.
Are you serious?
Skrillex's laptop is full of porn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You
Like,
see his hard drive right next to it? Oh, yeah, it's stacked with all kinds of
porn.
dark web
yeah, he
secrets.
has all the porn. He has all the porn
secrets.
under the folder that says original content.
Yeah, right.
We actually got a good amount of lyrics.
My sounds.
My yeah, stuff that I created, not from YouTube.
Stuff that wasn't preset on this board.
And that has been our anti-Skrillex TED Talk.
Thank you for coming, kids. I appreciate
guys.
that. Dude, before I fucking start losing it and getting off topic like I do with y'all. All right, what are you guys working on here? This is a full-length album? What are you doing?
We're working on 2 singles. It's either going to be like an A-side, B-side type of thing, or 2 separate singles with Jim Wirt here at Superior Sound Studios.
Tell them about what Jim's done.
Dude's a legend. I've been wanting to get that guy
has
on my
worked
show.
with the likes of Incubus, Jack's Mannequin,
Hoobastank.
Apple, Hoobastank, some top-notch bands. Like, there are a few plaques over there, and for like 3 of those records, they've sold over 1 million records.
Fiona Apple.
I heard he hand slapped Elton John one time.
I heard he gave him a tugger after.
He said something about he said something about Billy Joel, yada yada. Too much harmonica and Piano Man. Yada, yada.
Yeah, but yesterday Steve laid down all the drums. We all came in and did little scratch tracks just to put over the drums so he had something to follow. But Steve can just follow on metronome, so I guess maybe we wasted a couple hours.
I always make a joke. I always make a joke that at my funeral it's just gonna be like 160 BPM metronome. Like,
He was a good man.
Like,
oh my God, he played so many songs.
We don't know if Steve
You
can
gotta
and then
be
it moves up to like
speaking in rhythm when you're
175.
doing a
And it's just
eulogy,
like,
though.
all the songs
He
that
was
No,
a
we can't.
good man. His hair was luxurious.
with no accents. I don't roll with accents. The only thing I like accents is my women.
Speaking of accents, I was just in the booth cutting these vocals before I came out here. And this studio is amazing. What's this place called again?
It's a Superior Sound.
Superior Sound. It's gorgeous. So many people are in here. But I swear there was like an English guy in that vocal booth before I went in. I could smell the like bad teeth on that pop
beef
filter.
broth.
Oh,
You ever like singing at microphone or
mouth
use a
butt,
microphone
dude?
that's just they were eating all kinds of ass
No, that
beforehand.
was probably the mesh. This like little mesh
Yeah,
thing.
little pop
Because those
filter.
things fucking smell terrible.
That's what I like to spray
They get
mics.
that spot, dog. They get that little
I
spittle.
worked at Hooters.
A little spittle, dude.
Like right out of high school. Right out of high school, I worked at Hooters, and like the girls, when they like got done with the pantyhose, they just like discard them and throw them in this like hamper. And like every once in a while, if you walk by, you just like catch this like weird smell.
Oh no!
And like, dude, that's what the mesh things, the microphones.
Ew,
remind
dude!
me of. I know.
Nobody caught their Red Wings and went in and spit vocals?
No.
Is that what you're getting at here?
No.
It smelled like iron or something, bro?
Yeah, it's a mouthful of pennies, dude.
Tony.
Sorry.
You suck my battleship.
Oh, I sucked my battleship.
Not safe for work.
No, but like I know that's like a weird analogy and like weird connection to make, but I swear to God, like I think it was when we were at Jacob Mooney's last time, and I was doing like vocals, and like I caught the scent, and I was like, that reminds me of something.
Like, I know that.
And then I started thinking of it. I went into this
Thought
like
long and
I
hard.
went into this like deep tunnel of despair in my brain.
Oh,
I was just like,
At
I was
least
like,
you
you're gonna
can look
find
around.
something. You're gonna find something, and then I found it, and I was like, oh no.
I'm happy I wasn't there and that wasn't me, dude, because
It was
I
a
get caught in a
revelation,
real
man.
tunnel. Like, at least you can look around and see, like, a bird and be like, all right, life is beautiful.
Dude, birds.
Where you're
fucking
just like,
suck.
man, that
Me, I'm
smell
just
is
like,
so
oh my
loud.
god,
Dude, look.
dude, and it's just
Dude,
hot,
look,
and I
look,
can't
look,
get
man.
out of this fucking
Dude, birds
trap.
suck. All they do is shit on my car and chirp when I'm awake at 7 in the morning. So, dude, I hate birds.
You know, Kings of Leon canceled a show one time because I got shit on by some birds.
You
Some
gotta
would say that's a
be
good
kidding me.
Just
luck.
wipe your face off and go.
Right,
back,
dude.
You know?
If you're a real fucking rock star, dude, you lick that shit and
Oh,
spit
yeah.
it.
I don't know what's luckier though.
Like a man.
I don't know what's
Fucking
luckier
ground.
though, getting shit on by a
ground.
bird or missing a Kings of Leon concert.
Oh,
Damn it! What is wrong with me? I'm like
you were
taking
just
jabs at
shooting
people.
fire
We're just-
tonight,
We're
dude.
just trashing people. We're in Cleveland, man. Let's
Yeah,
get wild.
you know what? It's
Let's
weird.
burn this fucking city
Every
to the
time I'm
ground.
in
I'm
Cleveland-
leaving for fucking LA tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're take this bitch down with it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fuck
every,
it.
There's
every
no
time
more
I'm in
Cleveland after
Cleveland,
that.
man,
Yeah, right.
I get this like storm cloud over top of me every time I'm in Cleveland, man.
You
I'm not
smell
Browns
the,
fan
you can
or
smell the
nothing,
crime
man.
out here.
I do like the Indians, so like
That's, yeah.
you know,
that's-
but like I don't know, man. It's just
That's
something
a
about
You can smell the pantyhose and bodies. Oh,
Dude,
This is
oh,
the
there's
closest.
a-
This is the
Cleveland
closest
sense.
to Michigan that I'll be.
I'm gonna start a fucking.
he said, "Don't come to
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start a
This is
turf
what I
line
said,
called
Cleveland,
Smells of
Cleveland,
Cleveland.
Yeah, they say
Cleveland
this.
will chew you up, spit you out."
They say the sun shines on the moon more often than it does on in Cleveland.
That's right, and that's why we stay here. It's for the weather.
Oh yeah.
We
Hey,
love
the
it.
sun almost peaked out today.
Yeah,
Like,
we saw it,
thought
and then
about
it
it.
was like
It's
the sun
hiding
was
right
like
behind it.
the sun was like psych. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, it's so cold there.
Cleveland
You
throw
guys are
flicks
looking.
at the sun.
You guys are looking like you're almost happy for a second.
That's another thing. Like nobody says psych nah anymore. You guys notice that? Like,
Oh,
Psych
no.
nah.
Psych nah.
like that kind of like died like in
No,
the
it got
90s.
replaced with dead ass.
Oh no.
Dead ass is the new saying.
Well, no, dead ass means you're serious, but psych nah means you're not.
There are
serious.
people who say dead ass.
Do you guys know what?
So you're like,
Yeah,
hey
dude,
dude,
are you
so you're like, hey dude,
head ass?
accidentally.
What's
Yeah.
head ass? What's head ass?
So you're like,
Oh,
hey dude,
yo,
I
you
saw
didn't
your
even
sister
know,
changing.
Tony?
Psych
Yeah,
nah.
wait, what's head ass?
Man, y'all fucking. Do you y'all dry fruit and eating head ass?
I mean,
Y'all fucking Encino, man.
Some-
Pauly
some-
Shore, Weez the Juice head ass.
What's up, Wiz?
get up.
Gonna be
Somebody.
head
I
ass.
mean, I think some dried fruit tastes like ass. I'm sure.
I think it's head ass though, right?
Your head ass.
Head
Head
ass.
Y'all head ass.
It just means it's more like a dumbass where you got your head where your ass is.
Y'all head ass.
Two circular titty
Come
looking
on.
microphones, head ass.
There it is. You got it.
It's like that sounds like a bad nickname that you like. You have a boy, you tried to roast him, but you just couldn't think of anything.
That's
So you're
exactly
just
what
like,
it is.
Fucking
Yeah,
head
it's-
ass.
I
It's
got you,
exactly.
head
It's,
You-
it's
and
for
then he comes
dumb.
like, here comes head ass.
It's for stoners and dumb people like my friends from the hood that don't know how to make fun of each other properly.
What's great about
We're
that
just
is
like, oh man, yo, looking for the middle
Dude
Twix
ties
head
his
ass.
shoes using bunny
looking
ears.
for the middle.
Yo, looking for that middle Twix, dog.
Looking for that middle Twix.
Yo, man.
That's
Y'all trying to find the letters from your Kit Kat head ass.
Riding the struggle bus head ass.
Yeah, dude. All
I
that.
like how it's actually oddly PC too. 'Cause it's like, who's gonna be offended? Like people with heads, people with asses.
I mean, that's pandering to a general audience. So man,
like that.
no one's going untouched in that.
I think we can get a real movement going with the head ass, dog. Yo, I'm gonna get, dude. You gotta get some zoo tripping head ass shirts.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
zoo tripping head
zoo
ass.
tripping head ass.
I don't know if you tried this yet. I got this double barrel shotgun here. It's it holds two of the cards. So I've got an indica and a sativa.
For our
in
listeners
there.
at home,
All
it's
All
a
you
device.
do is
It's
you
not a
just hit
weapon.
it right on top.
Okay.
No
It's not a
button.
weapon.
You gotta hit a little harder because it's
both
two.
at a time?
It's two in one go. Yeah. So I've got an
not
indica
beer.
and a sativa. It's like I'm making my own hybrid right
It's like,
now.
hey,
Waldo?
put that shotgun.
This is fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
Waldo.
Here, I'm gonna send it down.
Yeah.
Just a few drops.
Double barrel shotgun.
Wait, before we proceed, you guys aren't cops, right?
Yeah.
This
I
isn't
mean,
like
I am.
this isn't like a CIA pre-arrest interview.
I mean, if it is, y'all have been popped already.
Because I've heard of those, man. I watch NCIS, man. I know what it is.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you if I'm a cop, bro.
You used to, but now you can just be like, nah, man.
Waldo, he was about to high behind the speaker.
You just say if someone's like, "Are you a cop?" You say no.
Dead ass.
And if like, "Are you sure?" You're just like, "Yeah."
Y'all smelling like 12 head
And then
ass.
they're like, "All right, man. I don't know why, but I believe them, yo."
We actually got woken up by the police when we were in Pennsylvania, and we were driving through to some show in like Ardmore or someplace in the middle of
You were
nowhere.
telling me about this last time.
Oh, did I tell you about how we got woken up by the cops?
No. I think this one you were telling me that you
Sorry,
guys
most
just
recent tour.
a cop met you in a parking lot or something.
No, yeah.
Fought.
We just threw these hands, man.
God,
No.
these
fought.
oh man, pulled out the
We
nine.
fought the law and they
cap
won.
in that pig's
I
ass.
honestly kind of got loud with him because I thought it was just a random person banging on our door. We were all sleeping, so I slammed the side door. I'm like, "What?"
What the-
He's like, oh shit, that's a cop. All
My
right.
bad.
He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "We're just trying to get to PA." He's like, "You're in PA." God damn. All right.
And I remember because like I was asleep.
Good start.
I was asleep, but that was the only thing I heard was like Tony say, "We're just trying to get to PA," and the cop like kind of chuckled. He's like, "Well, you're in PA." And then I kind of chuckled, and then he was like, "Are there other people back there?" He's like, "Yeah, we're in a band. We're just trying to sleep." He goes, "Oh, okay." Go back to sleep.
Yeah, it was like real life white privilege. In
It
real
was straight
time.
up. Like,
He was like, "So you guys in a band?" And I take it just a bunch of guitars in the back. Right? We're like thinking he's gonna.
And I was
find
like,
our weed
"And
and
drums."
Yeah, he's about to be like, oh yeah.
Rocks,
and drums.
open containers,
Yeah.
Lots
right.
of drums.
There's
I
a
said
pile of
drums.
pantyhose.
Oh,
Yeah, they
there's
were
a
just like, "Yeah,
giant
go
mannequin
ahead,
in
go back
here.
to sleep."
No,
Yeah, we're like,
with
"Oh
the-
my god."
With
like,
with
wait, what?
with a linen pickup.
we
from
left.
You don't want to
Hooters.
search me? You pull
Yeah.
one of those moves? Like, you sure?
Alex just looks at me like, "Well, I guess we're going to sleep." I'm like, "No, we're leaving
Right.
this place."
Yeah, for sure. You gotta bounce at that point, man, because then you're sus as fuck.
Yeah, that was a good learning experience for us that first tour because it was our first like big tour because we did 6 weeks on that one and it was during the winter. You know, we fought all the elements, got stuck, got snowed out of some shows,
East Coast.
dealt with some crazy shit. Guys blasting off our mirror. One venue wasn't even open. They had a sign on that was blinking bright red fluorescent
What?
said "Open, open, open." There's a guy in the kitchen prepping something or chopping up lines or something.
Pound on the
Hell
door
yeah,
too.
for sure.
Yeah, we're just like, "Hey man, we're out here." We had the other acts with us, and they just wouldn't open up. I was shining a
What
flashlight in
the
that
fuck?
bitch, saying like, "Police, open up!" and
So-
fire and shit
What
like
ended
that.
up going down
So
there?
you want to know what we did?
Yeah, you just play.
So here's what we did.
Play it outside.
Well, it was raining
No.
outside.
No,
though.
here's what we did. We said, well, looks like we're not playing. So let's go cook dinner in the middle of a Whole Foods parking lot.
I like.
We'd be unplugging like
So-
pop machines at Walmart,
Yeah.
and plugging in a rice cooker.
So that's what we did. We went to a Whole
Good.
Foods that was being built. It was still being built, and everybody was gone except for maybe like the safety inspector or something because there's still one car there. So me, Lynn, and Zach were like, let's go cook dinner. So we go up and we plug it in, and Lynn's cooking, and then you got me and Zach standing around him, just try to protect him from
the
any
elements.
view.
Yeah,
With
right.
this like smoke from the food coming up behind us.
Right, dude.
And
See,
then the dude whose car was in the parking lot walks out, and he stops. And he looks at us and goes, and he gets in his car and
Shrugs,
drives away.
yeah.
It just like shrugs, it's just like whatever. He gets in his car and walks away and drives away.
Bet.
And like the whole time I'm like thinking this dude's gonna call the cops.
That's what I would have been like. This dude's gonna
And, like,
call
and-
cops,
and
so I
sure
called
enough,
his fucking
We
manager.
cooked
Pretend
rice,
construction
peppers,
site.
mushrooms, and steak in the parking lot. It was delicious.
Fuck yeah.
Restaurant quality.
I'm
Um,
excited. Man.
But that's not for lack of trying to get a show because we tried to get an open mic show just to do something, but we ended up having to like the dude was like you have to pay $5 to come in
We said,
and
"Fuck
even to
that."
perform. So we're like, so wait, each one of us has to pay $5 to play for 20 minutes. And he's like, yeah.
Whoa.
Like, okay, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, none of
So
that.
It's like
Good
we're
night
an
for
actual
everyone.
band. We're not people
Yeah,
just coming in
fuck
to jam
that.
here.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Yeah.
I'm hoping this next tour is going to be a little easier. Though. I mean, we got a lot more dates. We're doing
Yeah.
77 dates on this next
The
one.
worst
Woo!
though,
Yeah.
was
It's going to
in
be a banger.
West
the, wor-
Coast.
the worst was in Ardmore though, because this dude who goes by the alias Big Daddy, which automatically should have been
That's
a red
sketch,
flag.
yeah, sketch move.
The guy's
Yeah,
like,
that's
yeah,
his-
my
in
name's
his
Big
emails
Daddy.
he was doing
Please
that.
refer to me as Big Daddy. We're like, Mr. Daddy, or can we call you Big?
Ah.
And like,
You're a grown ass
we're
man.
playing
Like
this
you did.
venue, and there's a band who came all the way up to the United States from fucking Santiago, Chile.
Oh,
They were
All the way
dope.
from Chile. Didn't have amps, didn't have drums. All they have is guitars
It
and
was
their
a
and their
shit
smiles. And they're like, can we use all your shit? I'm like, yeah, sure. And this dude, halfway through our set, because we were first up, books it out the door. Just like, takes the money and dips.
What?
That was the only gig that we had like that. I mean, you can't win them all. We had some good ones, but some of them, like, you'll have situations like that every now and then, once in a blue moon. But what you find more often than not, I saw, is on Mondays and Tuesdays. Those are a bitch, man. I don't know.
Well, yeah, dude, it's because everybody's just trying to fucking make literally $100 for their fucking venue that night. Like,
well, there's a lot of situations with venues will just straight up tell us like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to really pay you, but you can set up your tip jar, you can sell merch.
Yeah.
So it's
or
in
like
your
you trade a
hands.
hotel for a room or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Playing the
in your hands to do with what you will. But a lot of the places are just like you can either play and not get paid or not play at all.
well, I'll tell you one thing. That's why I have to shout out real quick. Perfect opportunity to do a plug. Let me get professional on you. Stellas Music Club, located East 9th, downtown Cleveland, right across from Progressive Field.
Say what?
Dope spot.
Yeah, all right.
Looks
well,
dope.
your homeboy has just taken over as your booking manager up there.
Nice.
So there's going to be some insane shows, and we always pay our artists.
Fuck
We
yeah.
pay them very well, and we give them hospitality always.
So you do it proper.
We give them fucking pizza. We give them fucking alcohol if they need.
A double knuckler.
Dude, we get it exactly.
Tequila, a couple fingers.
If you need, if you even, you know, if that's what you're into and you want, you know, one in the front, one in the back, whatever.
The front.
Yeah, we get girls that perform too.
Oh, I was thinking you were talking about like your urethra.
No,
for the
oh
dude.
no,
Like,
I'm not into that.
better have some thin witch
You
fingers.
know, no, we got, but you know, you know
Sounding.
what? But, you know, some guys
It's called
are into
sounding.
that.
They take like a stylus and put it in your pee hole.
Oh yeah, sounding. That's a
Yeah.
real
And,
thing.
you know, we did just start.
We don't
booking-
kink shame around here.
I just
Very
started
into that.
booking metal bands too, so
Speaking
maybe
of
that
sound,
does apply. You
Yeah,
know,
you could actually do like a solo, a sounding.
Well, hold
solo
on,
at the
hold
metal
on.
show.
I was in a lot of
Yeah,
metal
tuning
bands.
forks,
I was
yeah.
in a lot of metal bands before I landed in Zoo Trippin, and not once did anyone try to put anything metallic in the tip of my penis.
well, you didn't ask.
Yeah, man. You gotta be polite
Man,
about
Yeah,
it.
did
you also
know
gotta
about
hang
the-
out with the wrong
The
people.
secret cult.
You know, here's a guy who has an answer for everything. My
Dude,
man.
I like your style, man. You
I
should
like
run
your
for
style,
office.
man.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
Stick with it.
Problem
Stick it up
solver.
there, Harry.
You a fucking dad. Hey, thank you. You've been a running mate. You
Word.
wanna run my campaign?
James and Casa, 2021.
Dude, come in, man. This is the Blind House, baby.
Let's go. Yeah, Blind House. Yes, that'll be our label name.
Yeah.
Blind
bro.
House Productions.
Fuck
So,
yeah.
so just to kind of like piggyback on what Tony was saying, like a lot of the cases, like I was describing in Ardmore, a lot of that shit does happen sometimes. Like people are a lot of time in this business. A lot of people try to be dishonest with you, or I think in this particular occasion, the dude knew that he booked 2 solid acts, and he knew that deep down, like we're gonna want to get paid something.
Right,
So
right,
I think
yeah.
maybe in a way he was like, shit, I can't pay you.
Can't fucking.
And like it was on like a Monday or Tuesday, but like, you know, if you're gonna
It was
bring in
Sunday.
acts that are quality, man, you gotta take that hit, man.
Yeah.
Do
That's,
something. Give him some drinks or something.
And like and you know, we have the understanding, even as artists who've worked in a big city like Columbus, like we know how the game goes, you know. But when we step outside of that, we'd like to think that it's the same game, but every city's different.
And it's also really humbling going from Columbus and just like murdering shows down there and people screaming your lyrics back at you. And then you go on the road, takes one step out of your region and nobody knows who the fuck you are. And you got them shows that are very thin. It's a super humbling experience, that's for sure.
One thing I do regret though, Tony, when we were on tour was man, we should have took that guy's offer on that 100,000.
Oh my God, yeah. Every now and then you run into some crazies. There's this one dude who called and left a message of saying he worked with Rolling Stones and how he's gonna pay us $100,000.
Well,
we
you
gotta
gotta
call
call.
back.
This dude approached us at the laundromat wearing like this like scrub like uniform. I thought he worked at the fucking morgue or something because he had what appeared
was
to
this
be
in
like
Fort
dry
Lauderdale?
blood.
I
and
think
that
I
shit.
met the same guy.
And like
Oh my God.
he was like, "Hey, you guys are a band? You got a card?" I'm like, "Yeah." I gave him a card. He's like, "You guys got merch? You got T-shirts?" I was like, "Yeah." What size do you want? You know, trying to sell some shit, you know. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll take an extra large." So I go out to the van, I'm digging through merch and stuff. Guys are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "There's a guy in this laundromat who wants to buy a shirt." So everybody goes in there and they all look at him. They're just like,
He ain't buying that shit.
"Ah." So I come in. I'm like, I have the shirt. I have the shirt. I unroll it. I'm like, "Hey man, this is our shirt. Here's your size. You know, put it in this here." And he's like, "Well, how much is it?" I was like, $20. You know, like, I think that's pretty reasonable. He's like, well, I'll have to ask my girlfriend to give me some money because, like, I don't have the money on me. And
Yeah,
it's like,
he's the
I'm thinking,
manager
like,
for
this
the Rolling
motherfucker has a
Stones.
girlfriend? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
And, like, so he takes the card, which, regretfully, we need to change this. Has
Yeah,
Tony's
my phone
personal
number's on the
number.
card. That's a terrible idea.
you
We need to
should-
get, like,
You
a
gotta
Google.
get like a Google,
Yeah,
yeah.
I knew not to put my number on my card.
See, I just
Yeah.
found out about it because I
Yeah.
know somebody was taking pictures of their feet and selling it to a dude overseas, and they're like, "You
Send
gotta
bumps.
have a fake
Send
Yeah.
props.
phone number."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
But,
you
like,
gotta
this
get that
dude-
Google number, bro.
Wow.
This dude was like, yeah, I'm a booking agent. I work with big caliber bands. I used to write for Rolling Stone. I'm this like guy. And like, we're all like, okay, dude, keep feeding us lines, whatever.
I saved his voicemail so that way we could put it on a record, like
Yeah.
a Sublime track or
So
something.
he calls
Do you
Tony
have
while
it?
we're performing. And
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
Can
got
you
a
play that?
venue.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
like,
gonna
I
pull it
want to
up.
move
Yeah.
you guys to a bigger venue.
let's see
He's
here.
like, has this like thick New York accent. He's like, I want to move you to a bigger venue. $100,000, but you gotta
Everybody's
call
gonna-
me
it's
now.
sold out.
You gotta
Oh
call
my
me now.
God.
Sold out tonight. We're like,
Find this.
yeah, he's got to have it. But
Where was
Then
this?
we
was
it
in
was in
Buffalo.
Albany,
Or no.
Albany, New York.
It was
and we went
Albany.
from that, and then
Oh.
inside this venue, they had like a nice bougie ass restaurant, real small to walk through, and then on the other side was like a,
there we
dinky
go.
ass stage.
Oh, I found it.
Let me hear this.
Oh,
Hold on, put it by Mike.
Yeah,
Ended up
I'll
being
put
good
it, I'll
shit.
put it in the
Albany,
mic
New York
here. All right,
shows
here we
up.
go. Wait, press play. I'm gonna put it right in your mic.
All right.
Yeah, how you doing, Tony Casson? Yeah, this is a representative from the Rolling Stones, and I want to move you guys up to a venue of $100,000 by tomorrow night. Fit you in.
Oh my God.
Give me a call.
What you gotta give me?
You gotta give me
Yeah.
a
So,
call.
oh, he's still going. He says, "Okay, so call me."
Oh my God, dude, that's so crucial. So for everybody on the live stream, this was obviously a guy who lost his mind about 30 years ago when he realized that his dreams weren't gonna happen. So he just started telling people
But
shit.
you know, there's
Absolutely right.
there's something to be learned from that whole thing. Like the dude's got a fucking girlfriend, so don't give up hope. All you single people out there, all you single people out there,
I love
Valentine's
that.
Day's coming up,
Oh,
man.
man.
The dude's got a fucking chick.
Ah,
Anything's possible.
There's hope. Go
That
to
was a-
Albany, New York.
That was another thing we did right before we left for tour. Every single band member ended up with a girlfriend. It was the strangest thing. We were all single, and then everybody overnight.
boom. Like, yeah.
Girlfriends
Yep.
for days, dude.
People are like, why? I don't know. Just have.
No, I can't. I try. I like it when my crew, my band members, or pod mates, are single. It just makes shit so much easier.
Dude, we actually had it as a like a strike against you in our band. Like you can get 3 strikes in the band. So if you had a girlfriend, that's a strike. You got a kid, that's a strike.
You eat pizza during practice?
Do you go to college? That's a
What?
strike. All these things. It doesn't sound.
Obviously.
That's actually real.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll
you
get
don't
into
have
that.
time for any of the things you were talking about. I was like, pizza.
Right,
got a
but the
corporate
pizza thing
job,
is our
that's a
only.
strike.
I'm a bass player. I like a little bit of grease. Like I eat
Well,
popcorn
slick.
during shit. I like a little bit of grease. You know.
Popcorn's fine actually. That's the one rule at band
Popcorn,
practice
a little
is
bit of pizza. You know.
no
Greasy
pizza.
fingers.
Yeah,
Well, it's not because greasy fingers for the pizza. It's more because like we just get slow and lazy. So like we
Oh,
always
you
always
want that
say
insulin spike.
right. We always
We
say
call
you
it the-
can like
the
fuck, you
pizza
can do
sweats.
drugs, you can kill a man, but no eating pizza.
Okay. All right. What are some of the other ones? So I had a
I'll
strike
do the
against
popcorn
me.
then. I'll do the popcorn.
Popcorn's
I
good.
mean,
It's a
I
light
used to do
snack.
that anyways.
All right.
Popcorn and seeds and shit for this guy for sure.
I like my popcorn, no stems, no seeds.
Turkey is off the table.
Yeah, that tryptophan, man. Yeah, that's how they get you, dude. I can't remember
you
last
just
time we were all
eat beef,
smashing
dog.
turkey though at band practice. Like I guess like after Thanksgiving, because that's actually the biggest for you actually for the biggest booking holiday of the year. I think is the day before Thanksgiving when everybody flies back home or whatever. And
Yeah.
then you,
I
that's
threw a
well,
day.
Brooklyn
So
missed the
I
mark on
just
that.
started book. My first show that I got to book for Stellas was the day after Thanksgiving.
what is that, Black Friday or
Yeah.
that's Murder Day, dude.
Yeah. Well, guess what? We threw a fucking great show.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's because
How many
like
TVs
you
you sell?
I think we might have got one
Sold
stolen.
like 210
I think
stations.
we might have got one stolen from them.
Oh,
I don't
fuck.
know. Yeah, you know.
It's Black Friday, man.
Yeah, so and it was a fucking
God.
you know. There's a weird crowd that night, man. Blind Joel brings some motherfucking weirdos.
Dude, I love Blind Joel, man.
That's my dude, man. Actually, we started. You remember when we had that little girl come up? That was Blind Joel's niece.
Oh
One
yeah,
that was
she was
beating your
adorable.
ass?
Yeah, she kicked my ass in
Yeah,
a
she
sword
fucked
fight.
you up, dude.
Dude, I was mad about. I'm still mad about that.
Well, she's gonna probably be there at the next whatever, you know, when Blind Joel plays again.
Let me catch her walking around, man. Like,
You better come.
she was like 6 or 7. You know what's fucked up about that girl too is like
You need to borrow my blind stick, dog. I got you.
Like, well, she took me by the hand. She was like, "Hey, mister." She's like, "Do you know the guy who sells the swords?" And they were like light up glow swords or whatever. And I said, "No."
Yeah,
she goes, "Well, let's go get you one." And she took me by the hand and walked me down the swordsmith or whatever.
It's not smart
The
to walk around.
swordsmith.
You don't want to walk around.
She
unarmed.
took me to the swordsmith.
Fucked up part is this, like, after she beats my ass in this sword fight, she's like, "Hey, you know, you lost, I won." And I'm like, "I get it. You don't need to rub it in." And then she's like, "I'm gonna get on your shoulders and watch the show." And I'm like, I'm just being hoed by this little girl, dude. Like, I
May
put
the
her on my
victor go the
shoulders,
spoils.
and I'm watching the show, and she's pulling my hair out, and dancing, and I'm looking at her mom. She's like, "Yeah, you know, she's having a good time. Sorry, she's pulling your hair out." And I'm like, "No, it's fine."
Yeah, it's cool.
And then like I go to take her off my shoulders. I had my like $300 custom purple mold, really nice, expensive earplugs in, and I took her off my shoulders, and I didn't even notice them fall out.
Bloop.
Bloop, gone.
Oh, somebody had to come up.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, dude, look, I got fucking
Ground
Tony-
score.
I
I
got
would never
fucking
do
Tony
that. That's
Cosso's
gross.
earplugs."
That would be really gross, though.
I got to put one in my
nasty.
butt.
They're specifically designed for my ears. They're
Like
they're
I'm the
covered in
kind of
gross
dude.
shit,
I'm the kind of
sure.
dude. If I see a dude walk out of the bathroom stall and I have to take a shit after him, I'll let the seat cool down a little bit.
Man, yo, some
It's like, I feel weird about sitting on a warm toilet seat, man.
Fuck that, I'm
some unshaved chick who uses gemstones for deodorant has your earplugs in her butt right now.
Oh,
In her
God, that
butt?
is so specific.
Yeah.
That's not the way they work,
It's like,
though.
yeah.
That girl.
Earplugs in her butt?
Yeah, his ones
You
once
gotta
he
plug
dropped.
something, right? Fuck.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I like a warm toilet seat, though. They make those
Do
for
you,
that
will
reason.
you go in hot
Yeah,
right
okay,
after
but
somebody?
if it's automated,
really do
yeah.
that?
You know what I do daily, actually, is I take what my roommates
Excuse
call
me.
a hot poo, where I'll go in there before I take the poo, early in the morning when it's cold in the winter,
Warm
and
it
I'll
up.
turn on a shower.
I do that every day of my life.
Dude, hell yeah. See,
Every
I
day
like
of my
to
life.
put-
I swear to God, ask my fiance.
She's
Every
gone.
fucking day. What?
She's gone. She's
Oh.
taking a hot poo.
Okay, but yeah, she probably is. That's
Dude,
just
I
because
do it
she's
every
hot.
day,
You know?
Nice. That's how you do it.
Yeah, right, dude. Good
And
sake,
it'll
she
break
listens.
up the lungs and stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you got like a little.
And you know what?
Can't talk.
And it
Little
massive.
plug down in there.
That's what it's good, and you know, water covers the stench. You know that.
Yeah, it
just
takes
absorbs
it down.
it.
I used to smoke in the kitchen all the time, my old job, because they get like steam and stuff going,
Yup.
and it just bury that weed smell.
That's exactly how I do it, man. Because my apartment is a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
All right, and I get weed notices every fucking 3 weeks.
Oh my God, what
Yeah.
do they even say? Like, excuse
Hey,
me, sir.
if you don't, we know they're like, hey, we have a feeling or some knowledge that the smell of marijuana is coming from your apartment. If it continues, we're going to do an investigation.
You should just say.
I don't
just
know
say
what the
you mean.
investigation is, but
Just like, yes, it's really good, and yes, you can
Yeah, that
hit it
is-
if you want.
right. Don't yes, you ain't gotta
cry
hate
about
it.
The door and say it to my face, bitch.
Yeah,
Right.
say what
Come
you
kick
mean,
it.
man. Like you think I'm smoking pot. What do you think? I'm some kind of pothead? And they get real loud about it.
Not only that, but then what got me thinking, I was like, dude, well, what if I had my fucking marijuana card?
Yeah,
I'm
Well,
a skunk
but you
pusher.
don't, do you?
No, I don't, but I
But still.
got me, yeah, right?
Yeah.
But still, what if,
This
right?
is medicine.
Yeah.
Or just like roast a big blunt of strictly CBD weed in front of them and be like, this is CBD, dog. Like, this is legal.
Dude,
Totally
get a
straight, bro.
CBD container and put it in that bitch and be like, yo, it's legal. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It is. I can walk around with this shit. Like,
Right, no shit.
I went out and got a
Fog vape.
Unless
a
they're
big
watching
old
right
bag of
now.
that CBD flower. It looks just like actual
Dude,
nubs.
Yeah, actually, if you guys
My
like,
homie-
you can,
My homie has a couple big bags of some stuff that looks like
It looks
better than
legit.
Reggie does.
Yeah,
It
dude.
looks way better than Reggie does. And I'm like, yo, I know there's people that still smoke Reg, and they would probably buy this shit.
oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I feel bad about it because you can actually like you could totally. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people in high schools just ripping off
better than
mad
CBD.
kids.
Oh,
Them
God,
same people that
so
were
many.
selling oregano are now selling
I would have
CBD.
been that kid.
The funny part is though, you're not getting entirely ripped off because you're like, man, my anxiety's kind of low right now. Like, I feel like my IBS is being treated currently. Like,
Especially that one kid that, like, you know, when, I don't know if you guys ever pulled this, where you take some other kind of pill and you just rub the face off.
oh
and
yeah,
then you
yeah.
sell it as something else.
No.
See, I never did
No.
that, but I
Oh.
bought one. I've definitely bought one before. Back during my opiate days, I was like, oh man, this
No,
better be
I've
real.
definitely bought some,
Ah.
for sure.
Oh, yes, you know, I've done that. Like, all right, another move that I used to do, all right, for a
Right.
hustle. Now I was a super dope fiend, right? So was creating a lot. But so the hustle I would do, right, is so you know the the licky part of an envelope?
Yeah, yeah.
I'd cut that out, right? And then I'd square it off so it looked like water.
Lucy, yeah.
Right? And then check it, I'd get, remember those old markers with the stamps on the tip?
No.
Be like a smiley face or a heart or something?
Yeah.
Just start stamping those little squares, baby. Guess who's got a bunch of doses now?
Oh my God, Paper City.
Oh, dude, yeah. Fucking hustling little rich kids out in Brecksville. Oh, God, yeah.
They needed that little lesson in life.
They needed that, though, especially, but the funniest part is when they come back and I'd be like, yo, did you like that? And they were like, yeah, dude, that was dope.
fire.
Right.
I knew
need
you'd
some
like
more,
that.
man. I need more of that. And I'm like, okay. I did that my freshman year, too. I went to boarding school. This fucking kid came up to me and was like, you got any pills or anything? I'm like, yeah, dude, I got these things. They're called Supermans, right? And he's like, what? I'm like, they're called Supermans, man. I'm like, they got a little Z on it. They're in like a Superman shape. He's fucking Zantac.
See, I used to sell
Heartburn
no-dos, but that was like
That's
in summer
that's
school.
like
But it's easy enough though, because it's caffeine.
That gets
so
you- yeah.
they're like they're
yeah,
feeling
well,
something
yeah,
out of it.
feeling a little something.
I would sell Lucy's, no-dos, those patches and shit too, because people would be like wanting to smoke, and everybody in
Cigs-
summer school wanted to buy something.
Cigs were my move in boarding school
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
he said Lucy's, so we call them squares.
We just call cigarette squares in Columbus. Like, yeah. Well, that's a certain part of town.
Yeah, you're talking about Lucy, a single.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
We get a square.
Top of
We
square.
gotta wrap it up, though, B.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, alright, for sure. We can do that. Well, fuck, man. Let us know real quick what's going on with the album and your upcoming tour dates and shit.
Well, definitely stay tuned for these releases, the A-side, B-side that we did with Jim here. And we are also going back into the studio next week at Capital University to cut an EP with our friend Wally. And then after that, we've also got a few releases out now. It's Come Correct and Judge and Jury, so request at your local stations. And as for shows, we've got we got one with Mojo Flow on Saturday, but this will probably be a little later. So definitely check out February 7th. We'll be playing Winter Workout at the Bluestone. Got some festivals coming up. We got a big spring tour, a big fall tour. So we're going to be in every city. So definitely everybody hit up your friends. Let them know we're coming. Check out the calendar at zootrippin.com and let's fill these shows up.
Do it, man.
Read your Bibles.
Read your goddamn
Do
Bibles,
that.
will ya?
And I want to talk to you after we wrap up about booking at my club before you guys hit your spring tour.
Sure. Sounds dope.
Put a little cash in your pocket before you get on the road.
We should go to Becky so I can put liquor in your belly.
Where? Who?
No? Oh, where?
Hey, man, thank you guys for coming up.
Thank you,
And
boss.
thank all of you
Sorry to
guys
go
for
short.
fucking stopping by and waking and baking this evening. You guys know all the plugs and shit are, man. I'm going to wrap this fucking thing up. But, guys, please just remember, even if you lose your sight, never lose your vision. Peace.